Hey, friend. Welcome back to the Side Hustle Growth Podcast with your girl, CJ. By the end of this episode, you will be so confident about your side hustle because you have created an irresistible offer that your leads will easily turn into paying, high ticket clients. This is a topic I am very, very passionate about because, of course, it comes up usually in the first, if not the first, the second conversation with a new client is I'm ready to put my offer out there so that my side hustle can start generating an income. How long do you think it'll be before I start generating income? I would love to be able to rub my crystal ball and give you that answer, but I can only help you with the tools and the resources and making sure that the offer is aligned with what your clients will buy. Here's the thing. It's not just about putting together a course or an ebook or this really excellent coaching program and then the sales are just going to roll in. There's a lot of work that, of course, goes into it. I am, of course, speaking from experience. I thought I had it all figured out and it was going to be great and everybody's just going to find me and they're just going to buy from me. It'll be fantastic. So yeah, that's not quite how that's not quite how it works. That's not how it worked for me. And these strategies, these tips today is to make sure everything works for you. Okay. I have crawled through the trenches so you can just not even run, just soar. The first thing that you have to figure out is your ideal client. Before anything else, before you do that course, that ebook, that journal, that program, whatever it is, you have to understand who you are creating it for. You have to get deep into who your ideal client is. You will hear this over and over and over again. Who they are, what they want, why they want it, what their problem is, how do they consume content, how would they consume your offer for that matter. You have to know what they want. And of course, it's going to be, well, CJ, how am I going to know what they want? Well, how would you know? What do you think you need to do? I'm going to act like we're in a coaching session right now. What do you think you need to do to get deep into understanding what your client wants? And that comes back to doing some market research, having those conversations. When you have those new connections, building those relationships in the DMs. It's not about just guessing and understanding. It's not just about, yes, you are the expert. And I'm so happy for you that you are the expert and you want to display your expertise. Build those relationships, have those conversations instead of telling people or assuming, well, this is who I serve and this is what they deal with. Find out from them, get the feedback from them. You've got to find out what your client is truly experiencing so you can create something that makes it feel like it was custom made for them. But if you're very clear on your ideal client, you will understand what their problems are. There'll be patterns that will start to develop the more conversations you have, the more research that you do, and you'll realize, okay, this is what I'm noticing. This is what I know. This is what I'm an expert in. This is how I can help. You would have found out from your ideal client how they want to consume content. Maybe they're into courses. Maybe they want some other kind of digital product, an ebook or some type of journal. Maybe they want a coach. Maybe they want to be a part of a group coaching program. But the only way to really, really know that is to speak to your ideal client. You've got to let them feel seen, heard, and understood. And of course, this goes back to the type of product or service you're offering. But especially in service-based businesses, getting that feedback, especially if you're looking to become a coach, getting that feedback from your ideal client, from subjects who match the description of what your ideal client is, will prove to be very, 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 very important. And the other thing to ask yourself, does my client actually want this? Or do I just want to create something to say that I have something? I've seen it time and time again. You put something together, you slap together, you throw something together in Canva, you have a few things, you're like, oh my God, these things are all really great and frilly and shiny, and people will love them. And you do it based on what you think your client needs and not what they actually need. And there is a difference. So you fall into this trap of, well, I'm the expert. I know what they need, but your expertise really should be the thing that enhances the offer, not dictates it. You want them, yes, to come to you. You want them, yes, to buy from you, but you want them to also know that you understand their needs. You understand what their problem is. You've seen their problem and you have a solution for them. So you think about, how much time are you spending on this? Is this really moving my business forward to those desired results, or am I just spinning my wheels? Some offers you will think are great, they're shiny, you put them out there and it seems like just nobody is biting. Sometimes it's not your offer, it could be your positioning. All of this has to be figured out so that the offer becomes absolutely irresistible. So another thing to do in refining your offer is getting that feedback. Rejection is feedback. Every time someone says no, take that as an opportunity to refine your offer. What do I need to adjust? Could it be the way that I presented the value? Maybe you need to simplify something or communicate it differently. Your offer is supposed to solve a problem that your clients can't imagine not solving. So remember, your clients are going through and thinking, what am I missing if I don't solve this? Or you want them to think that if I don't solve this problem, sometimes they don't even realize that they have a problem. Sometimes they're so stuck in their habits and their beliefs, their way of life, that they don't even realize they have a problem until you start to say certain things or ask them certain questions and get a little bit deeper in nurturing those relationships. Sometimes it's just time to get back to the drawing board. If you're getting a bunch of no's or nobody's biting, again, the biting thing might be a positioning thing. But this is exactly why I started the Side Hustler Club, because I knew from talking to all of you that one of the things you really, really wanted was community, a safe space with like-minded women. You're feeling alone in your journey. You want that guidance. You want that accountability. You want that clarity, that support. Through all of my research, I created that community, that offer that women can't resist. Here's another thing. People buy from those they know, like, and trust. Even when you have an irresistible offer, that doesn't mean that people are just going to throw their money at you. Especially as a coach, again, you have to build relationships. They build from people they know, like, and trust. So however long they've been following you or they're on your mailing list, you want to get people on your mailing list. They sign up for your newsletter or to read your blog or your articles, whatever it is. And in that time, they're getting to know you and like you so that they can trust you. I hate when this happens. You can't just hop into someone's DMs and be like, hey, I know you. Here's a course. You should buy it. You've got to give them time. You got to create that emotional connection through your marketing, through your storytelling, showing up consistently. Your marketing should speak directly to your clients' pain points. And like I mentioned before, they might not even realize they have an actual problem that needs to be solved because they're so stuck in it. They're so deep in it that they have accepted this as their way of life. So how are you going to enlighten them? Shine a light on the problem that they do have for them to be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I don't like that. Or here's my pain point. Get them to communicate their pain points. Find out, what would your life look like if you solve this problem, if you didn't have this pain point? Paint the picture for them and then be like, well, here's my offer, here's my solution. Because now you've heard them say, this is what I don't have. This is what I wish I had. This is what I thought I need, but this is what I actually needed. But I don't know how to get there or how to do that. In building those relationships, you are building that trust. You have to also understand whether or not you are in this for the long game. Yes, I want to help you to turn your side hustle into a thriving business so you can attract those clients, so you can generate that income. It's not going to happen overnight. I'm going to be the one to say it's not going to happen overnight. But from the very beginning, if you do things the right way, you will get to that destination a lot faster than just spending time creating this offer on the back end without doing the necessary research, having those necessary conversations with those who really need it from you. So here is where the power of time and consistency will come in. No matter how amazing your offer it is, you have to be consistent with your message in order for it to land. Consistency doesn't just mean showing up because you're serious. It shows them that you believe in your offer. And time is everything. Time is our most expensive currency. So sometimes it be you, even when with the perfect offer, you're showing up at the right time, you have to give them time and space to warm up to you. This is why building those emotional connections is key. Let them see and feel your passion and your confidence in what you're selling. Think of it as the longer you keep showing up and being consistent, the more those no's will turn into yes, honey, yes. Repetition breeds recognition. So having the solid offer and then just popping on like, hey, I have this offer without giving people the chance to say, hey, I'm CJ. Here's my story. Here's what I learned on my journey. Here's what I do for my clients. Here's what I've heard my clients say they need. Here's how I'm presenting that offer to you. Have you ever thought about doing so and so? Do you feel like you need so and so so you can blah, blah, blah? How will your life feel or improve if you were to be able to leave your 9 to 5? If you were to be able to turn your side hustle into a thriving business? What does that mean to you? What does success look like to you? And in having those conversations, it's easier for people to say yes because they realize CJ knows exactly what I need. CJ is asking all the right questions, and this is because I had so many of these conversations. CJ is asking all of the right questions, making me feel seen, heard, and understood. The offer starts and ends with your ideal client. Remove your ego from it. Yes, you are the expert, but don't let your ego get in the way of creating an offer that speaks to your ideal client because you're thinking, well, I know I'm good at this. Of course I'm good at this. This is why I'm starting this business. And this is how I want to present it. And then you're wondering why no one is buying from you because they don't know you yet. They need to get to see you consistently showing up. They need to get to know you. You need to get them on your mailing lists. They need to see you, be it in videos, on a blog post. Are you sharing in articles? Do you have a podcast? Some way for people to really get to know you and see this is what you're about. At the core, you really care about solving their problem. And here is the offer that is going to solve that problem. So I mentioned earlier the Side Hustle Her Club. Of course, I would like to invite you to join the Side Hustle Her Club. If you already feel like you have that amazing offer or that great landing page, but you've been doing everything on your own, or you have finished your journey with your coach because you only signed up for a few sessions, whatever it looks like, you can get that support and that feedback in the Side Hustle Her Club. Everything is run by me, but really it's led by me. But it's run by those incredible women, like-minded women in the group as well, sharing their feedback, giving their insights on each other's businesses. You are trying to figure out your offer for 2025. Time is ticking. You want to be clear on your goals. Find out more about the Side Hustle Her Club at sidehustleherclub.com, or you can check out just linked in the episode description. Creating that offer, understanding who your client is, having those conversations with your clients, finding out how they want to consume that content, that offer of yours, be it through a program, a course, a journal, whatever works best for them and there to solve their problem. You have all the tools to create a solution. It's just the offer has to be the right solution that fits into whatever your ideal client needs. And to understand what your ideal client needs, you have to have the conversations with them. You have to revisit when things aren't working or you're not generating as many leads as you would like to, or maybe you're generating no leads. Something somewhere is missing, and it's just a matter of revisiting, reevaluating, assessing that quote unquote rejection. How do I turn those no's into yeses? Listen to what your ideal client is saying. In order to create that irresistible offer, you have to hear from your people. Show up where your people are showing up and find out from them what they need so you can pull from your library of resources and create the perfect, most irresistible offer. Thank you for hanging out with the girl CJ today. I appreciate you being here with me every single week. Look out for another great episode again next week. Actually, next week is in a couple weeks. A surprise is coming up. I'm approaching 200 episodes very, very, very soon. And we're going to be celebrating for that. So stay tuned. Keep showing up every week. Keep sharing and commenting and liking and leaving those 5-star reviews. I appreciate you for being here today. Thank you. Bye.